What's up, everybody? This is David Vargas here, back with Wrestling Talk, back with another video. And I've been away for a little while. I am sorry, but had not had any place to film to shoot. But I am here today. I am back, and with me is my brother-in-law slash co-host Manny, Manny for short. I am back with Wrestling Talk. I did videos on pay-per-views, Raws, and SmackDown. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time here. I wanted to talk about my all-time favorite wrestler, The Undertaker. The Undertaker is one of the most, if not he is the most successful wrestling character in the history of wrestling. There is nothing that he has not done in WWE. He had a 23-year WrestleMania winning streak, though he did not appear at two WrestleManias, WrestleMania 10 and WrestleMania 16, but all in all he had a 23-year winning streak. He, as you know, he has not been wrestling much lately. I think at his age, I think that's kind of good. Even though I love to watch him wrestle, even though he is my all-time favorite wrestler, he is at a point in his life where he could retire at any time. He's come up with many match inventions in WWE he is responsible for. He was in the first Hell in a Cell. He invented the casket match. He had a body bag match with the Ultimate Warrior. He was in the Inferno match with Kane a couple of times. He's been in the Elimination Chamber. Every match in WWE has ever invented, he was in every match. He had a great run with all of his characters. He started out as a Western Undertaker, a Western mortician, and as time went on, he transformed himself into a gothic superhero. He was like Batman. And then during the Attitude Era, during the late 90s, like 98, 99, he turned into the Lord of Darkness, which he ran this thing called the Ministry of Darkness, which was a satanic cult. So he was kind of like the devil. And then he went away because of an injury. And then he comes back as a biker, the American Badass. So he was able to reinvent himself and reinvent himself and reinvent himself. So that's why he's been around for so long, because other wrestlers, they come and then they run their course. You know, they get old, they lose their magic. But that was never the case with him. He kept going, generation after generation. Think about it. He's been with WWE for 29 years. Who could wrestle for that long? I know I can't wrestle for that long. That's 30 years he's been in the WWE. He is, I'm going to just say it, he's the oldest wrestler in the company. And if he was to retire tomorrow, come to Raw, make an announcement, I wouldn't be upset. He deserves it. As a matter of fact, I think he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame. And I was pretty shocked that the streak ended the way it did, the time that it did. But as you know, they say that things don't last forever, which is sort of true. I don't know, maybe he won't retire. Maybe he'll pull a Ric Flair and wrestle into his 60s and 70s or something like that. But like I said, you know, there's nothing he hasn't done. He had a match against Goldberg. He was able to defeat Goldberg. A lot of people have been wanting to see him go one-on-one with Sting. And if that was to happen, what a match that would be. I mean, Sting and The Undertaker are they're icons of their organizations. I mean, Sting was like The Undertaker. He was the icon of WCW during the Monday Night Wars, as is The Undertaker was the icon to Monday Night Raw during the Attitude Era. And many people, they wanted to see that match. You know, Sting go one-on-one with The Undertaker. But things happen. You know, politics, backstage politics. You know, things that go on backstage that we, the fans, don't know about because we watch it on television. We go to the shows, but we don't really know what goes on backstage because backstage is sort of the realism. And then so that match wasn't able to happen. But at least we got to see Goldberg versus The Undertaker. That happened. If you want to see that match, you could go on YouTube or go on the WWE Network and watch Super Showdown 2019. Yeah, I just think he's one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived. Funny thing about him being a professional wrestler, well, I'm going to give you guys a little fun fact here. Fun fact is, he was a college basketball player. He played in the European League. He wasn't planning on being a professional wrestler. He was a basketball player. He was going to go pro. And he was talked into being a professional wrestler by his friend. His friend took him down to the training facility. He became a wrestler because of his size. Because he was 6 feet tall and he weighed over 300 pounds. So he became a wrestler because of his height. And look at him now. He's one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived. You know, there will never be another one like him. People give Hulk Hogan his props. People give Triple H his props. But The Undertaker is, like I said, one of the most successful, one of the most iconic figures that not just WWE but that wrestling has ever had. And does he deserve to go in the Hall of Fame? Yes, he does. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I wanted to say something else here. I wanted to give my my Hall of Fame list here, who I think should go in the Hall of Fame. Number 1, The Undertaker. Number 2, Triple H. Now, I don't really have a favorite tag team, but when it comes to factions, I think the NWO should go in the Hall of Fame, just like DX did. Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, they went in the Hall of Fame individually, but I think they should go in the Hall of Fame as the whole NWO. Just the three of them, not any other of those guys who were so-called members. Let me tell you some of the people that Undertaker's been in the ring with. He's been in the ring with Hulk Hogan, of course. He's been in the ring with Ultimate Warrior. He's wrestled Yokozuna. He's wrestled Giant Gonzalez. He's wrestled He's wrestled Psycho Sid. He's wrestled Shawn Michaels plenty of times. He's been in the ring with Bret Hart. He's been in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. He's been in the ring with John Cena. He's been in the ring with Roman Reigns, Shane McMahon. I mean, he's been in the ring with countless legends. I mean, they should make a video game or a DVD about all the wrestlers he's been in the ring with. But he's done it all. He's been there. Like I said, if he wants to retire, good for him. If he wants to keep going, he keep going. But like I said, he's at a point in his life where he could retire. I I'm talking about him as if he just passed away, but I'm just giving you my insight of things. I'm giving you my thoughts and my analysis of things that I've seen, things that I've witnessed. Like I said, he's my all-time favorite wrestler. There would never be another one like him. There is no one like him. I'm not sucking up here. I'm not kissing, but I'm just giving him his due. I'm giving him his props. And he deserves it. And a lot of people don't know this as well. When he's not wrestling, he does a lot of backstage work. So he helps a lot of the young talent. So he does a lot of things backstage. He's one of the most loyal competitors to WWE. When everybody else was going elsewhere during the Monday Night War, he stood. Even when everybody else was retiring or passed away, he stood. That's what you call a true blue wrestler. I mean, you don't get that far without being loyal. You don't get where you go without being true. And he's true. He's a true blue competitor. And I hope to see him wrestle live one day if I get the chance. So, yep. Much peace and much love to The Undertaker. And if you like what you saw, if you like what you heard, hit that like and subscribe button. And follow me on Facebook, Sonny Vargas, SONNY VARGAS. That's me. And this has been David Vargas with Wrestling Talk. Peace out.